world moves fast. Your workday? Even faster. Pitching products, drafting reports, analyzing data. Microsoft 365 Copilot is your AI assistant for work. Built into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and other Microsoft 365 apps you use. Helping you quickly write, analyze, create, and summarize. So you can cut through clutter and clear a path to your best work. Learn more at Microsoft.com/M365 Copilot.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. In today's episode, I think some people must have thought that I supported ICE, and that's why I'm doing this podcast episode, to just let y'all know I don't support ICE. Never have, never will, don't plan on it, but no, overall though, the main motivation behind this episode was that, so I posted this voiceover video on Instagram. Well, technically I seen a video on Instagram, showed this ICE agent. I don't know if he tore his ACL or if he pulled a hamstring, but something had malfunctioned with his leg. And next thing you know, that man took a dive and he was out. He was laid out for the count. And it was just funny to me because I'm like, fam, y'all trained for this. You guys trained to like chase down people and all this other stuff. But it's really showcasing the quote unquote training that they're going through. If this man ran 5 to 7 steps, pulled a muscle, and he was out for the count. Like a referee could have stood over him, counted to 10. That man was it was a TKO via just concrete ground and stuff. So, or I guess his own body, letting him know like, yeah, you ain't cut out for this. But none of the ICE agents are cut out for that job. And I'm gonna get to that in a moment. But anyways, let's just continue talking about this voiceover video. So I seen that video, laughed about it at first, but then I started thinking, you know what? Let me add my own little spin of comedy to it. So I went ahead, did a voiceover video to it, posted it on Instagram, posted it on YouTube. I wake up next day and people, they're so upset with what I had said, or just overall, I guess, me making fun of the guy, where even one person, they said that I wasn't cut out for content creating. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, fam, I've been doing this for 16 years, right? Like, if you were going to say that, you should have said that 16 years ago, but you're going to wait until I post this video about ICE. And I'm like, there's all these other different videos that I've uploaded where it's showcased my content creating ability. But overall, though, you going to tell me something like that now, that I'm not cut out for content creating, even without the views, the subscribers, the followers, all that stuff. Still, I've put out thousands of videos to showcase that I belong here when it comes to content creation. So I found that funny. And then there are some people on Instagram, they were also leaving some comments upset about what I was saying about the ICE agent. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, fam, what I would like to know is, and yeah, maybe they just seen that video and they were trying to rage bait me into getting into an argument with them. I'm like, I'm not going to waste my time. No, what I'm going to do is whatever comment you post showcasing yours, I guess underneath my videos, you could go on your own platforms, your own profiles, your own accounts, and you could show as much support to ICE that you want to support or a show. But when it comes to my account, my platforms, my profiles, all that stuff, y'all gonna get silenced. If you don't like it, fam, take it up with somebody that cares. Because I don't, like that's one thing that I've always have made it clear, is that hate is not welcome, to any platform that I'm on. So if, I guess like you go on your own accounts and profiles and talking about on my accounts and profiles, that stuff's gonna get silenced, So yeah, I did delete the comments. I think the one and only comment I did leave was the one where the person was like, I wasn't cut out for content creating, because I think it was a fan of mine. I don't know if it was a fan or just a random person, but they just simply said was, what? It's like, if you do your research, you'll see how long that I've been a content creator. I guess for somebody that's new to my account and new to my channel, but what trips me out is that it just seemed like they bypassed what the video was. Like, why is it that I'm not cut out for content creating? And there's years of all this content that I've uploaded to YouTube, TikTok, Twitch streams, what else? Just years worth of content to showcase, my content creating ability. We see this ICE agent for the first time, and the first thing that he does is falls because of his lack of, physical fitness and stuff. So what I would like to understand is, how is it that I'm not cut out for content creating, but this guy is cut out to be an ICE agent? at least I can, my thing is this, when I go through with making a video, a podcast episode, doing a Twitch stream, I go through with it. I'm not going to get halfway through and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I can't do it no more because I pulled a vocal cord muscle, or I tore a vocal cord muscle. I'm cut out for content creating. You can see it with the other podcast episodes I've done, the videos I've done, the live streams I've done, the music that I made, all these different things. But it gets down to where I guess when I talk about ICE agents, that's why I'm not cut out for it no more and stuff. And so, and it's just funny how people, they try to push this narrative that ICE agents are doing good. Meanwhile, every time when they do talk about ICE agents, it's always something bad. When have they did something good? Like, that's without doing research. Just please comment a time where an ICE agent did something good. There's muscle memory. Can you comment a time where an ICE agent did something good, or even just went as far as to do something for you? But a lot of the people that are defending ICE agents, that's one thing that they can't say is the time when an ICE agent did something for them. They ain't did nothing for you. So how, I guess my thing is this. How can you rush online and be so quick to defend ICE agents, and it be on stuff where it's like, if that were to happen to you or one of your loved ones, friends, family, whoever, you definitely wouldn't be supporting an ICE agent. I'm willing to bet money on that. Let's just overall paint out that picture. Let's paint out that example. Let's say it's your parent, your sibling, your cousin, aunt, uncle, whoever, somebody that you are extremely close to. The last thing that you see them go through is an ICE agent wrongfully shooting them while they're driving in their car, or throwing them down to the ground, beating them all across their head and stuff, and then shooting them in the back. Like that, no, that's like, I would love a genuine answer to that question. Let's just say if you're close with your parents, how would you react if what happened to Renee Good and Alex Pretty? Let's say that was one of them two people were your parents. How would you have reacted to that? You know, because, and my thing is this: if you say some stuff like, "Oh well, they shouldn't have did what they did" and stuff, or it's like, you know, and that's but talking about your parents. You don't care about your parents. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. If you're willing to defend ICE agents over your own flesh and blood, I'm sorry, but it's like maybe you ain't close with them, but it's definitely one of those things where you wouldn't look them in their face and actually say that. You're just trying to say that on the internet to prove a fictional point, you know, and trying to win an argument and stuff. And it's like, nah, bro. Realistically, you would have you probably would have jumped in and got shot and killed yourself, you know, because I don't think there's not one person in this world that is close with somebody, see that happen to somebody that they close with, care about, whatever the case is, and they ain't going. At least my thing is this: yeah, let's say maybe you wasn't there to stop it or to do anything, but if you seen it on the news and that's the last thing you seen of your loved one, yeah, no, you ain't gonna support ICE after that. You never will support ICE. You can't even genuinely say that y'all support ICE now. I just feel like people are supporting ICE because it's either they're trying to rage bait people on the internet or you're a Trump supporter. But that's the only reason why I would see any form of support towards ICE. But other than that, it's like you guys didn't support them. What was it? Because when did the whole like ICE organization thing come about? Like, a year prior, before it, you didn't support them. People didn't start knowing about ICE until I feel like Trump started talking about them. But yeah, before Trump's term in his first term in office, because wasn't it ICE a thing back then? Either way, regardless, you didn't support them back then. You didn't support them 10 years or let's say 15 years ago, or 20 years ago, 30, however old you are. You didn't support ICE. But all of a sudden now, because Trump supports ICE, that's when y'all want to support ICE. And it's just funny how like Trump, but I just, even outside of Trump, like I see it so many different times that when a person, pretty much that old saying, like when somebody tells you to jump, you pretty much just say how high. And that's how I look at a lot of different Trump supporters and ICE supporters, where you have to wait in order for Trump or ICE or somebody to say something. Because with the Renee Good situation, I just remember when her whole thing went down, that people were trying to say, because one of them Trump supporters or whoever, they tried to say that she was an illegal immigrant. Next thing you know, everybody was trying to say she was an illegal immigrant. Then the truth came out and it was like she wasn't. She was from here. You know, all she was just doing was parked out in the middle of the street, blocking ICE agents from driving. It's like, oh, so my question is what's different from her situation? I guess any other time when something like that has went down, I guess, like, let's say there were a bunch of different Barack Obama supporters or Kamala Harris supporters or Joe Biden supporters where they were trying to drive down the street. You being a Trump supporter, you have that ability to block them out and stop them from doing whatever it is that they're doing. That's okay, but when it's Renee Good doing it to ICE agents, that's it becomes a problem. You know, and then that was another thing with the Alex Preddy situation. What it reminded me of was Ashley Babbitt's situation. So for those that don't know who Ashley Babbitt is, that was the woman that was killed when she trespassed on the Capitol's property and was trying to attack, I think, wasn't it a police officer or an agent or something like that? But overall, the cop, I'm just gonna say cop, but he had himself barricaded in this room, or it was like a hallway or something like that. Ashley Babbitt, she jumped up at this window, act like she was going to climb in. The guy, you can clearly see him holding a gun, and he's telling them, "Hey, back off! Like, you guys shouldn't even be in here right now." And then, next thing you know, that cop, he shot her. And what's so crazy is that they were trying to push for that cop to get arrested. They was like, oh, he needs to be prosecuted. He needs to be arrested. He murdered her. He did this. He did that. But when it came down to them ICE agents shooting and killing Renee Good and Alex Preddy, oh, that's okay. They shouldn't have been out there. Well, Ashley Babbitt shouldn't have been inside the Capitol. See, and that's the thing, what I mean by, like, Trump supporters, they want to have it where the argument, it validates, or they can validate their argument, but when it's the other way around, oh, there ain't no validation. Of Renee Good and Alex Preddy, they were wrong for what they did, but Ashley Babbitt, she went down as a hero. She's this, and you guys, the funny thing is, ask any Trump supporter, did you know who Ashley Babbitt was on January 5th of 2021? No. They didn't know anything about her. It wasn't like this woman was the spokesperson for Trump supporters or any of that. Nobody knew who she was. So this fake love and fake support that you have for her, it's fake, bro. It's one of those things where it's like, y'all are just trying to show support towards her because you're trying to get on Trump's good graces and be on his side and all this other stuff. And it's like, oh, I want to showcase my support towards Trump. But at the end of the day, it's like, fam. And that's the thing that a lot of Trump supporters don't understand, is that he doesn't care about you guys. My thing is this, right? Just talking on myself, you know, I would say I'm a somewhat famous content creator. I got somewhat of a strong fan base. If there's some stuff that's going, or no, even, you know what? No, it didn't even have to be an example. This is on some real life stuff. There was a time where I was getting into it with a content creator, and it's been a couple of times since I've gotten into it with a couple of content creators. But no, overall though, probably the big major one that happened with me. So yeah, there was this content creator. Me and him didn't see eye to eye when it came to reaction videos. He sent his fans after me, and that was the thing. Like, he didn't know what my fans were capable of, but that was the thing, though. That's one thing that I made it clear, is that I did not want my fans to intervene, get involved. I'm like, this is my drama. I pretty much put myself in this situation, but I don't want you guys to get involved. I'm pretty much just gonna let this guy self-destruct, you know, and mess his career up, and did, which ended up happening back in 2024. He decided that he was gonna do a video where he was trying to explain to people what a pedophile did wasn't all that bad, you know. And it's funny because he turned out to be a Trump supporter himself. He did some video where he was arguing. He wasn't actually arguing, but he was just pretty much like not responding. He likes to just talk about random videos. He don't even have like a reason. He just wants to be so involved in the conversation to where now he unjumped. I don't know what his political views were before, but yeah, now he unjumped on the I all of a sudden now, because I don't have no friends and I don't have nobody to back me up on conversations, now I want to jump on the I'm a Trump supporter train. And yeah, it's just, and that's how a lot of Trump supporters are, where it's like, he comes out, he says something, you think it's the most coolest thing ever since fire, and then all of a sudden now you're a Trump supporter. Why? But the funny thing is, you ask a lot of different Trump supporters, if you look back when I guess he wasn't really all of a political person and things, did you support whatever his political views were back then? You know, and I feel like some people are going to say, oh yeah, I supported his political views back then. I always was a Trump supporter. I always wanted him to be the president of the United States and all that. I know that's a lie, because there was a video that came out of Trump back in the 90s where he was talking badly about the Republican Party. So to me, I really find Trump supporters funny, because when it comes down to winning an argument, they don't win arguments. They never have won an argument, because it's either, the thing is this, it's either one of two things. They just can't compile up an argument to support whatever it is that they're talking on, or it's stuff that's that they're just, they're being hypocrites on, where it's like, so let's say so like just with the stuff that's been going on now, Trump says that that Renee Good and Alex Preddy, they're domestic terrorists, they're assassins, they're this, they're that. But when it comes down to his people doing the same exact stuff, whether it's protesting, rioting, whatever and stuff, like they're okay. That's what he said. They're fine people. So, and that's when if there's ever, I probably highly doubt it, I think because of how I've spoken about Trump, I don't think there is ever going to be a time where I have a sit down interview with him and stuff. But overall, though, I would ask him how is it that Renee Good and Alex Preddy, they're in the wrong for what they did, but Ashley Babbitt and all the other different Trump supporters that raided the Capitol, those were fine people? Or even the Proud, didn't he say that about those guys or the Proud Boys? Either way, regardless, it's like he's saying that another example. So,
well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now, you call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Limited time, 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.
People obviously are going to say that Alex Preddy was wrong for what he did. They were saying that he shouldn't have been out there. Meanwhile, all of y'all supported Kyle Rittenhouse, and it was literally the same thing. He showed up to an area that he shouldn't have been at, but instead of him being the one getting shot and killed, he shot and killed other people. That's okay. Oh, he's just defending himself. He's just doing this. But let it have been Alex Preddy defending himself from let's say, roles are reversed and them ICE agents, they were the ones that got shot and killed. People are like, oh, he's a murderer, but Kyle Rittenhouse, oh, he was just a misguided child and stuff. That's why I'm like, just listening to people on what they have to say about Alex Preddy and Renee Good. And then I believe that there have been other people, they just haven't really been talking about them like how they've been talking about Alex Preddy and Renee Good, but there have been other people that ICE agents have killed. Like when I hear people talk on that, like ICE agents, Trump, all that stuff, it just really showcases their lack of education when it comes to these situations and, just all the stuff that's been going on. Like they're just wanting to be so right on whatever it is because, oh, Trump says that I'm right, therefore it makes me right. No. It doesn't, it puts you far in the ranks of being wrong. But hey, at the end of the day, whatever you guys want to believe, whatever you guys want to support, if you want to support Trump, support Trump. If you want to support ICE, support ICE. Just letting y'all know y'all are in the wrong for what you're supporting. But hey, that's just my opinion. So, but anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Justice needs to be served for Renee Good, Alex Preddy, and everybody else that's fallen victim to the ICE agents. I just want to make that extremely clear. And once again, don't support ICE. Never will support ICE. Don't have no plans on supporting ICE. So, but anyways, talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.